Hi, welcome to the review preview video for April Fool's Day. Let's take a look at last night. How did you get on? Well, nothing just yet. I think these might be in time order, so I'll just put them in league order and then we can have a look through league by league. So Austrian League 2, just check the odds. Well, did we get an equaliser? It's probably an illiquid market, given it was Austrian League 2. Well, no, it went to 0-2. So, gentle reminder, the further down we go, the wobblier the odds tend to get. Jupiler League, it was, on paper, likely to be an Antwerp win, but Zulte Waregem, such a strong both teams to score record. That was a surprise, but you could have laid the draw second half, again dependent on the in-play stats. Favourite scores first, draw odds rise markedly. That's what it's all about. Moving down, Burnley and Sunderland. Well, you'd say a good result for Sunderland. It's not really must-win territory for Burnley, such as their lead at the top. Well, we can have a quick look at the standings to give you that motivation factor. Well, 14-point lead, and that's just to second. We're looking at Middlesbrough in third. Burnley are looking at just a first or second spot, so they look very comfortable. 67, 77, that's 17-point gap. That's 5 wins. So look at how many matches are left for Burnley. Do they need to win? Are they guaranteed a top 2 berth even this early? So just something to look out for. The market expected of them. Don't know whether the in-play stats would have suggested taking that 0-0 on or not. 3 shots on target each. 1-2. So it's a defensively strong match from Sunderland yesterday. English League 2. No great interest there for me. Marseille and Montpellier. Who scored first? Hopefully Montpellier scored first. Indeed they did. Norden. This should have been one for you to spot. Marseille usually at home. Well, the home support won't let them off the hook. Simple as that. Guendouzi converts the penalty. If you got involved in a half-time market, particularly for a 1.4 shot as it was, up to 1.55 from 1.44. That's the odds I remembered. Well, half-time market is always available to you, particularly with an early-ish goal. So do remember that. Again, similarly, this is the first draw that Bochum have had in a very, very, very long time. Ended the draw sequence. They did score first, so again, you've got a potential play. Did you play half-time market? And again, we've got a penalty from the ropey 1.5 favourites, but they are teams I like to list 1.5 to 1.7 favourites at home. Can tend to oblige. Both of those did, but with Bochum, I would have looked at laying the draw late on, given their record for avoiding draws. It was double figures coming into this particular match. Hamburg, well, even with a red card, they got the draw. They desperately need points to stay in the promotion, automatic promotion spots. That should be still there. No, they just slipped out. This is the problem they had last season. Starting to underperform just at the wrong part of the season. Draw, loss, win, draw. They seem to have a psychological block in this German Bundesliga 2. Irish First Division, just give that some a nod and a glance. It's going to be one of your summer leagues. Perhaps not enough form for us to really get stuck in just yet. Genoa and Regina, well, must win for Genoa, and they did open the scoring with the first goal. Dutch Eerste Divisie, as I've said in the past, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Well, we got both teams to score in all bar one match. We got over 2.5 goals in 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6. We got over 1.5 goals in every single other. Pek Zwolle, 1.17 shot. We're expecting a goal before half-time, but certainly a win to 0 second half. And normally 3-0, 3-1, any other home score if it's these kind of odds. Elsewhere, 1.62 again, just check. Heracles newly relegated as well, and again, an underdog scores first, and a 1.5 to 1.7 shot equalises by half time. So that's 3 out of 3 there yesterday if you pick them up. Mallorca and Osasuna. Well, Mallorca got out of jail. Red carded. Don't know how late. 69th minute. So that's going to be a long 21 minutes to the end of that match. But they got out of it, thankfully. Not sure I would have taken on, knowing their defensive strengths. Levante and Zaragoza, no strong interest there. But did Levante lead? And were they red carded with that lead? 69th minute. Note the goal came before that. So there wouldn't have been a trading angle there for me. It looks a good coupon today. So live chat webinar at the usual time. Let's just have a stroll through some of the major leagues, all pinned to the top of Soccer 24. Cercle Brugge, one to look out for, 1.53 at home. You saw 3 out of 3 yesterday. Concede first and equalise by half-time. So that's certainly a pattern to look at. DZ, Dinamo Zagreb and Hajduk Split, normally sides to follow. We'll certainly get Dinamo Zagreb into the live chat webinar. Czech, one leg. There's one to play in play. You see Slavia Prague, a starred 1.25 favourite. Vejle normally see 2+ goals in their matches. English Premier League, Man City and Liverpool is too much of a derby-style match for me. Arsenal should be eyeing the 3 points with a degree of comfort. Bournemouth and Fulham looks too tough to call. Brighton, but they look a bit too skinny for me. Crystal Palace and Leicester, too tough to call. Nottingham Forest have a really solid unbeaten run and scoring run at home. So Wolves are going to be tested today. It's a Midlands derby of sorts, and it's 2.45 the favourite. So it's going to be a watching brief and in-play stats led. 2 new managers, Chelsea and Aston Villa, new manager syndrome there. So slight concerns with the 1.67 quote for Chelsea, but they are picking up points. You cannot discount Aston Villa under Unai Emery. But having said that, they have lost to some marquee names around Chelsea's kind of profile, like Man City, Liverpool, and I think Man United. So watch out there. They might be vulnerable to Chelsea. In the English Championship, we usually play it via the odds. Bristol City favourites there. Hull and Middlesbrough and West Brom at home. Under new management as well. So watching brief. Market tends to get them right under this new manager. Very strong odds on favourite in Barnsley in English League One. Lots of odds on favs at home for the bottom 5 matches, as you can see. I'll be following those in the live chat webinar for you. French Ligue 1, not really researching it. It looks a tough coupon. Ligue 2, Saint-Etienne newly relegated. I do like the look of Bordeaux, but they don't seem to be playing. Le Havre are top of the league. It's one of those for you to just have the standings up, and 6 o'clock if you're up and about for that. Make sure you've got the live standings so you can pay attention to the sides with the greater needs. Sochaux, for example, Metz, for example, looking to get that automatic promotion spot off Bordeaux, who aren't playing today. Le Havre look to be really booking their ticket to the French Ligue 1. And at the bottom, well, we've got Laval, Dijon, Nîmes, and Nyon, Rodez, Pau, Valenciennes, Nancy, Saint-Etienne, all within that relegation dogfight. So it's going to be a fascinating league. We'll certainly look at the 2 o'clock. It'll join us as part of the live chat, which starts for the Bundesliga. Freiburg look okay at home at 1.73. Leipzig need to put that Bochum loss to bed with a win here. They are pretty solid at home. Schalke are on a strong unbeaten run, but a lot of score draws and a lot of draws. Bayer Leverkusen, well, they have been putting their best foot forward on a number of occasions, but they have an air of unreliability about them. They're playing a recently unbeaten Schalke, so fascinating match, that one. Wolfsburg, strong favs. Bayern Munich and Dortmund is one of those derby-style matches. Dortmund's unbeaten Bundesliga 2023 run, well, the market says it's under pressure. Bundesliga 2 today. St. Pauli tend to deliver at odds on at home. We're changing the Greek Super League into relegation and championship group, so I don't like this lot at all. I want the likes of Olympiacos, etc. Liga Ha'al, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Maccabi Haifa, usual crowd. We might get just the tail end of Maccabi Tel Aviv in the live chat. Italian Serie A, Cremonese. Well, they might sniff something out. I think it's 3 losses in 4 for Atalanta recently. Inter Milan and Fiorentina. Well, Fiorentina's losing run against top sides away from home could be their undoing, but they come into this in really strong form. So they might give Inter something to think about. Juventus should be eyeing the win, trying to claw back their lost points or deducted points. The Eredivisie, don't tend to research it, but pay attention to.
This market is now in play.
And Fairbot and PSV. Polish Ekstraklasa, well, we'll be looking at that in the live chat. Ditto Portugal. As you can see, all the leagues of interest have been pinned to the top here. Rangers are out and about for Mickey Beale, tend to deliver 2+ goals and have been an extremely good trading side under Beale's management, so well worth following this afternoon. Spanish La Liga, tough old coupon. Atletico Bilbao don't have a very strong profile. Barcelona, avoiding draws away from home, tend to be very strong, likely to get the 3 points, of course. And it's the start of the Swedish Allsvenskan, so it's just a watching brief at the moment. Malmo, strong new manager as well. Oh, the door's about to slam. Djurgården as well, strong favourites at home. Watching brief at the moment. Swiss Super League, the young boys, 1.8 at 5 o'clock. Başakşehirspor, Trabzonspor and Galatasaray, all odds on favourites. We'll get the first two at 2 o'clock for the live chat webinar. And we've got more fun and games in the Turkish One League. Do pay attention to where these two are. For example, Samsunspor and Pendikspor. Well, Pendikspor must get points off Samsunspor. Bring them into 53. Nearly on the verge of a top 2 berth. Must take points off the league leaders today, who might be a little complacent. They're 7 points clear, but only 8 points clear of a playoff place rather than automatic promotion. So that would be the match that I would look at, certainly. Maybe lay the late draw. Denizlispor and Göztepe. They don't sound as if they are up there. Well, Denizlispor are in the relegation playoff places. Göztepe are 9th. So certainly for Denizlispor, if they get a win, they'll still remain in the relegation zone, but they'll be within the point of Genka Biliki with a few matches to go. So must win really for Denizlispor coming into this. I'll see you for a live chat webinar at 2:30 p.m. Don't forget the deep dive spreadsheet at the Facebook page along with the raw stats. Have a great day, and I'll see you from probably 12:30 onwards for a Telegram session as well.